Just a perfect duplex for a first-time homebuyer looking to get some mortgage help. Beautiful neighborhood, very well mature and established. You're very close to Highway 8. You're very close to the Stanley Park Community Center. You'll find a lot of two-story layouts in this particular neighborhood. Over 60 feet wide lot, close to 110 feet deep. Majority of this neighborhood you will find mostly these bungalow-style homes in that 8 to 900,000. I think the decision making will nail it down to a couple of options. As you can see around me, all of them two-story layout. That's what you will find. No bungalows, nothing else. So you have been thinking of moving to Kitchener, Ontario, and you are a buyer working with the price range of 8 to 900,000. Then this video is just for you, because right here I'm going to show you around 4 different homes in 4 different neighborhoods, from low to high 800 all the way to 900,000. That will give you a really good idea as to what you can find in that price range of 8 to 900k. So stay tuned as we get right into it. And just in case if this is your first time to this channel and you're wondering who am I, my name is Dixit. I'm a local real estate agent serving KWC and surrounding areas. I help many families relocate in and around KWC, and I absolutely love it. So whether you're thinking of moving in 9 days or 9 months, be sure to reach out. You can call me, text me, email me, or you can even schedule a Zoom call. All the info is right below in the description. I'll be more than happy to help you and family make a smooth move in and around Kitchener-Waterloo. All right, so my first stop is this beautiful detached home that you see right behind me. This is the one that's recently sold for $820,000 in the Heritage Park neighborhood of Kitchener, Ontario. I'll tell you a bit about this neighborhood, but let me tell you about the home first. And as you can see, it is a legal duplex, guys, for $820,000 in the August of 2024. You're looking at 3-bedroom plus 1.5 washroom on the main level. And because it's a bungalow, you have close to 900 square feet of finished basement, has family room, has 2 bedrooms and a 3-piece washroom. So just a perfect duplex for a first-time homebuyer looking to get some mortgage help. I think they can move in and rent this place out in the basement, that second unit right away, and generate that additional cash flow. The house though is built in the late 70s, so it's over 50 years old. That's just one thing about this neighborhood. Beautiful, beautiful neighborhood, very well mature and established. The only thing you will find here is that, a lot of homes you will find in the 70s, 80s, even some 60s, right? So you will not find a lot of newer construction in this neighborhood. Overall, if you are looking for something that's well maintained, I feel like if you look at the inside pictures, the house is really well done and it's pretty much a move-in ready if you are looking for something in the low 800,000. Now today I'm on the eastern end of Kitchener, Ontario. Earlier in my 600 and 700,000 videos, we looked at some neighborhoods on the western end. This is the east side of Kitchener. You're very close to Highway 8. You're very close to the Stanley Park Community Center, which is like 1 minute from here. Like I said, because you just look at these tree lines as you see right behind me. You look at this tree, that tells you the age of this neighborhood, because it's been, when the builders build the neighborhoods, they pretty much build up from the ground up. So that tells you majority of the homes you will find quite old. But what I was going to tell you is I'm on the eastern end of Kitchener. So if you are someone who is looking for a rather newer construction, because you might be like, okay, if I'm spending about 800,000, I don't want to move into a 50-year-old home. Guess what? The next stop that I'm heading to is going to be a new detached home in one of the newly established neighborhood, but still in one of the desirable neighborhood on the eastern end of Kitchener. So stay tuned. I'm still going to show you around a glimpse of this particular neighborhood. It's gorgeous, I can tell you, if you are here. But I will show you around a little bit about this neighborhood, and I'll see you at my second stop. That's going to be close to mid 800,000. So stay tuned and let's get right into it. All right, so we're at the second stop here, and the house that I'm about to show you, that's in the Idlewood. So a majority of this neighborhood, to tell you a bit about it, is, late 90s, early 2000s. You'll find a lot of 2-story layouts in this particular neighborhood, unlike the Heritage Park that we saw earlier, where majority of the homes are rather split level and the bungalow style home. So Idlewood is one of the highly desirable neighborhoods on the eastern end of Kitchener. It does attract a lot of young and active families, close to many great amenities. Highway 8 is also very close by if you are a commuter. But this home I'm about to show you as I'm approaching it is a single garage detached, sold for $850,000 here in August of 2024. Beautiful home, but I will give you a good perspective and we'll look into the comparison first. But take a look at the home first. That's the corner lot that you see. It's situated on a larger lot, close to over 5,000 square feet of lot size. So you have an oversized backyard in the back, and you are looking at about 1,700 square feet of above-grade living space featuring 3-bedroom. They have 4 washrooms, and of course there's a finished basement featuring additional 800 square feet of living space. So in total, you are looking at close to 2,500 square feet at 850 on a gigantic size lot. I mean, that's just amazing. And the home itself, like I said, it's built in the 2000, exactly year 2000. That's the built for this home. So, and as you can see around me, majority of the homes in this neighborhood are going to be, like I said, the 2-story layouts. But if you are still looking for something newer, well, within the eastern end of Kitchener, I can tell you a few neighborhoods you can look into. Grand River South, Dune South, Lackner Woods. Those are some of the great neighborhoods you can find on the eastern end of Kitchener, where you will find much newer construction, something that's built within last 10 to 15 years, early 2000s up to the present day. There's still some construction ongoing in some of those neighborhoods I mentioned, but this is somewhere in between what we saw earlier, that duplex 820. And that brings me to a question for you is, would you rather consider a legal duplex that we saw earlier for 820 that'll bring you a rental income right as you move in? Or would you rather have more living space and slightly newer home and pay 850 within the neighborhood? I would say they're both about as good, but it's just that one is more mature and established versus the other one that's not as mature. But that's the food for thought for you and a question. So let me know in the comments below, what would you prefer if you are a buyer in this price range? But without further ado, I'm gonna jump back in my car, show you around this beautiful neighborhood. You can just see the gorgeous lawns here and beautiful landscaping maintained by the homeowners here. That shows the pride of ownership in the neighborhood. And these are the nitty-gritty small things that tells you about the quality of the neighborhood, I always say. So, but you know, I'll still show you around this neighborhood, and I'm gonna show you one more home that's sold in Grand River North. Again, a great neighborhood in Kitchener, which has a home sold for 860. So that'll give you even better perspective. So stay tuned as I head right there. All right, so I wanted to show you one more option that you can find in this mid 800,000 price point, and that's the one you see right behind me. You see that raised bungalow? Just look at the width of that home. It's just over 60 feet wide lot, close to 110 feet deep. So you're looking at over 6,000 square feet of total lot size, featuring close to 2,200 square feet of living space, including the basement. But just look at the lot size, and that's what you will find in majority of this neighborhood. I'm in the Grand River North, and that's a rather mature neighborhood on the east end of Kitchener. Again, pay attention to the tree line and you will see what I meant. And you can see majority of this neighborhood, you will find mostly these bungalow style homes, not a lot of 2-story layouts that you see in some of the newer homes these days. So this home particularly has over 1,400 square feet of living space on the main level and about 800 square feet in the basement, because it has a garage that attached right next to the basement. So that's taking up the additional space. But the basement has above grade windows. So in total, like I said, you have 3 bedrooms plus 1 additional bedroom in the basement, and you have in total 3 washrooms. So it has 2 washrooms on the main level and a 2-piece powder room in the basement. But you know, because it's a bungalow, I can tell you 1,400 square feet should be a good enough size for a young family of 3 or 4. Because with the bungalow style homes, unlike the 2-story layouts, the space is not split between the 2 levels. The whole 1,400 square feet is on the same level, so you will find it very spacious, airy and open. But that's what you will find. What I wanted to give you guys a summary is, in that 800 to 900,000, I think the decision making will nail it down to a couple of options. So you can either find this bungalow style or duplex homes that are older construction, or you can find rather newer construction on a 2-story detached layouts, which are closer to 2,000 square feet. So you're looking at somewhere around 1,800 square feet of layout for 2-story detached, or something like this, a bungalow style home. But stay tuned, because I do want to show you one more home that's going to be all the way up to the 900,000. So that will give you a really good idea as to where you go further into this price range. What are your options? But I will give you a glimpse of this neighborhood. Like I said, I'm in the Grand River North neighborhood. Majority of the constructions is going to be from 60s all the way to 80s, not much after that. And majority of the homes are going to be the bungalow style homes. So stay tuned. I will show you around and see you at my final stop. Alright, so we are at the final stop here, and the house that I'm about to show you is the one that's built in 2013. You're looking at your 2-story double garage detached home featuring 3 bedroom and 4 washroom, sold for $880,000 just 13 days ago in the Grand River South neighborhood. So we are still on the east end of Kitchener, but this is where the construction is newer. So majority of the construction you will find in Grand River South is gonna be, you can say, early 2000, and you'll find a lot of homes between that 10 to 15 years range. And all the homes you will find, as you can see around me, all of them 2-story layout. That's what you will find. No bungalows, nothing else. That's what you're looking at. Majority of the homes being 2-story layouts, your typical. So this one has 3 bedrooms above ground, and it does have 3 washrooms above ground. So main level powder room, second level you have your 1 full ensuite and 1 additional washroom. That's a 4-piece, and it does have a finished basement. So 880 will get you a finished basement with an income helper. It does have a kitchen as well as a separate entrance within this home. So you could potentially generate additional rental income or turn it into an in-law suite. Let's say if you have an extended family or your parents living with you, they could use some of that space. So that's what you are looking at. In total, you're looking at close to 2,500 square feet, 1,700 square feet above grade, and about 800 square feet of finished basement living space in the Grand River South. Now, one thing I did want to point out is in this neighborhood, the only pain point I find is that we are very close to the region of Waterloo International Airport. So you're literally like less than 2 kilometers away. So you will find during the daytime a lot of air traffic noise, especially if you live in this patch of the neighborhood. And that's just one pain point you will have to deal with. But I mean, just the caliber of the homes you see here, a lot of young families, a lot of new money. Earlier homes we saw Heritage Park, Stanley Park, Grand River North. That's where you'll find a lot of old money in some of those detached homes, which are bungalow style layouts. But this is where you'll find, or rather people who have moved in the recent past. Like I said, the whole neighborhood has been built from the ground up in last 10 to 15 years. So that's a little bit about the high 800. The other neighborhood you can look into for something similar is going to be Dune South. And if you were to look for the other side on the west end, Huron Park could be another very similar character of the neighborhood compared to the Grand River South. So that's a little bit about the high 8. I will show you the glimpse of this neighborhood. It's gorgeous, but like I said, you will not find anything other than 2-story layouts, and majority of the homes in this price range are gonna be your 2-story double garage detached homes. But that's a bit about it. I hope now you have a really good idea as to what you can find in that 800,000 to 900,000 price point. And if you did get some value, be sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to this channel so YouTube knows I'm doing somewhat good job here. And while the weather is still good and kind to me, I will still try to be out and about and show you some more videos. If there is a particular price point you want me to cover, do let me know in the comments below. I'll be sure to look into that. But nonetheless, whether you're thinking of moving in 9 days or 9 months, be sure to reach out. I'll be more than happy to help you and family make a smooth move in and around KWC. Until next time, well, I do hope to show you around town.